During the reporting period, nearly all volunteers, 98%, successfully facilitated and organized community forums across the various assigned border communities. Reports from the volunteers indicated that about 6 in 10, that's 62% of the community forums organized, security officers collaborated with our volunteers to educate residents in several border communities across the country. Let me explain this a bit. As Mausi said, we understand security is we are not in charge of security in the country, and therefore we know there are experts trained by the states as security agents who know the issues. So we're expecting that our volunteers will just facilitate the programs, and we expected the security agencies to go and be as resource persons. So this is why we are giving the details as to what happened. Furthermore, at Bandar in the Western region, however, in about 38% of the communities, the security agencies could not honor the invitation to sensitize community members at the forums. And these were some of the reasons they gave for their inability to take part in the programs. 1, invitations from our observers or volunteers came late, thereby limiting the time the security officers needed to prepare for the community forums. 2, in some cases, the security officers were engaged in other duties, making it a challenge to participate in the community forums as expected by the volunteers. And when you pick your copy of the statement, you realize we've rated them according to which institutions made themselves available to help in the sensitization. You could see, apart from the security agencies, National Commission for Civic Education was also there. And in fact, on the chart, we had more representation from the National Commission for Civic Education than all the other institutions. They participated in 40% of all the programs, followed by the Ghana Immigration Service, who helped us in 22% of the programs. Ghana Police Service did 14%, and Ghana Customs, Excise and Preventive Service did 6%. We had some local security experts who also helped in 4% of the forums, and local civil society organizations, and even traditional authorities also sometimes made themselves available to educate the community members on security. CDD Ghana and its partners urge all security agencies in border communities to frequently sensitize residents in their jurisdiction and leverage on public gatherings and other platforms to foster greater collaboration between citizens and security personnel for more efficient management of the country's borders. We urge religious leaders, including pastors and imams, to use their platforms, churches and mosques, and their influence within the various communities to educate citizens on their responsibility to collaborate and to share security information with the security agencies, especially those living in border communities. 3, while CDD Ghana commends the security agencies to intensify patrols at the country's borders, the residents of the border communities must ensure that security in their communities is not compromised. Finally, while we commend security agencies for their interest and support for the projects by sensitizing the communities, we urge them to further increase their collaboration with the volunteers and the community members to increase the education and sensitization efforts in the communities. Because we realize that between the first report and the second report, the awareness level of the community members has shot up from 48 to 68%. It means when we deepen our sensitization and education forums, we're going to get more people in the communities getting aware of security matters, and that will help them to share information to curb any security mismanagement in the communities. We thank you, and before I end, let's express our greatest appreciation to the United States government through the U.S. Embassy in Ghana for supporting these projects, and we hope that the support is going to continue so to the extent that it will get to a point that we are sure we have a maximum security awareness by our border community members, and we have bridged a gap between the security agencies and the community members to share information, so we are able to curb any possible or infiltration or spillover from what is happening in the Sahel belt into the country, and especially in our northern borders, now that we have a coup. I was listening to the news this morning And it was read that more than 1,700 people have crossed the borders from Burkina to Ghana because of the coup that has happened there. The question is, who are these people? Are they ordinary residents? Do we have some of these terrorist groups infiltrating in the border crossing? Some of these things are important. That's why we need to create the awareness so that the citizens become aware, report cases, and do not overly harbor people they are not aware of their background.